Hi, and welcome to a very special episode of the Bloxic Podcast. We're going to do a movie review because I feel like we're very qualified. What do you think, Jake?
Maybe not qualified, but you know what? We're going to do it
We're
anyway.
definitely qualified. We are movie experts. If
We're
we're experts in anything, it's definitely movies.
movie connoisseurs.
The Marvel Universe. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Avengers Endgame and spoilers alert, obviously.
If you do not want to listen because of the topic, do not play the video / sound that you're going to hear right now because there
If
will
you
be
haven't watched the movie, don't fucking listen.
Yes, don't listen.
Okay, so basically, Avengers Endgame, we went to see. It's 3 hours long, which is a bit long, could have been shorter. The end part kind of dragged a bit where I was like, fucking keep it going. And I honestly, my legs started to kind of hurt a bit. But basically, what I got, this is the movie. Thanos wins. Everyone's sad. They do a time travel thingy. Like there's 3 finger snaps, and then they win.
You're so shortcutting it. There's so much going involved.
That is exactly what happened.
That is horrible review going on right now.
It's just the basic of the movie. This is what happened.
Well, anything can have a basic of a movie because you can talk about any basics of any movie.
And Captain America held Thor's hammer. Big fucking whoop.
Everybody knew that was going to happen because he almost lifted it in the Age of Ultron. But he gave up.
Big fucking whoop. I also like to shout out to a thing we were talking about people talking shit about people that spoil movies. And I seen someone comment that people that spoil movies are worse than ISIS. And that's too extreme. Just a movie. Get over it. I don't even think even if like I spoiled it for you, you would have been that surprised by everything that happened. AKA Tony Stark fucking dies.
Oh, we're going straight to the spoilers. Holy fuck. All right. Well, I guess you better throw in there that,
Go ahead.
Another person that dies.
Yeah, who was it? What happened? You don't even remember. He's too drunk already.
I am intoxicated.
I brought 1 extra beer. He's got 2. What's happening here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
My brother is passed out in the bathroom.
And snoring loud as fuck.
The Black Widow died.
Exactly. Scarlett Johansson. I wanted to call her Scarlett Johansson the whole time.
You don't have to
I
worry.
couldn't remember her stage name.
You don't have to worry about the spoiler things. We're here to talk about the movie.
I know.
With the premise that everyone that's listening has seen the fucking movie, bro. All right?
All right. Well, I guess I can get over that part. Maybe. A little bit. I'll try. I feel uncomfortable talking about it. I didn't want to talk about it with you.
Why? I just watched the movie.
No, I watched it obviously before you.
We gotta work through some shit here before Jake opens up. He's very difficult.
It's difficult.
First off, I'd like to talk about Hawkeye. I liked him as a ninja assassin very much. He should stick with that and drop the whole Hawkeye thing.
It's because he was Ronin.
Yeah, he was Ronin. And he was just like fucking people up because his family turned to dust and he was very sad.
He was getting revenge on the world of everybody who survived who should not have survived.
But I very much liked him like that. Like the whole...
Why? I mean, there's so many other different samurais, but he's supposed to be Hawkeye. His character is based on the premises of being that guy with the bow and arrow.
I know, but the bow and arrow kind of lame. I know my dad... AKA my dad, he fucking hosts a bow shoot where people go shoot compound bows at targets, and it's not that cool. It's more like the game of golf, honestly. Shooting
Frisbee
archery,
golf.
or playing regular golf, or frisbee golf is like archery, alright? It's not that cool or interesting. Like, who's going to go around shooting a fucking bow? Just use a gun, asshole. It's so much more convenient.
They go around shooting a bow at a foam target that is standing still.
I'm just trying to say that I like Hawkeye as Ronin better. That was cool.
Well, yeah, anybody's badass with a fucking sword, bro. Always a good time.
Totally. Okay, so who else died, Jake?
No, those are the 2 major guys.
Who else died?
Nebula could have fucking died.
Who else
and
died?
You know what? Thanos died.
Who else died?
You mean who else died? What are you trying to pull out?
The Black Widow.
Yeah, you already said that.
Did I say that?
20 seconds or about a minute and a half
I don't
ago.
think I did. No, I was trying to get you to say it, but
No,
you were very reluctant.
You said it. You said the words, and I said the only thing I wanted to say was Scarlett Johansson died because that was the only words I could think in my brain.
Okay,
Why
obviously she.
Why did they have to kill Scarlett?
Obviously, she had to die because if Hawkeye would have died, I would have been like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But when she died, I did kind of feel a little something like, yeah, of course she has to die. Like, no one's gonna feel shit if anyone else dies other than her, because that's the whole idea or aspect of her fucking character is fucking with men's emotions because she's a hot girl and she gets everyone on her side. Or just like the same thing she did with the Hulk.
We're getting more deeper shit right now.
The same thing she did with the Hulk. She led him on, like, hey buddy, what's up? I'm a hot girl.
Wanted to be with him.
I probably kind of sort of like you. Don't you want to calm down? He's like, yeah, I want to calm down. He's like, yeah, I'm a manipulative fucking bitch that uses your emotions against you. That's the Black Widow specialty.
Well, yes, that was her
they
specialty.
send the Black Widow and Hawkeye, the two people with no actual fucking powers.
They didn't send. They volunteered for that because it wasn't shared what was going to happen. They knew what was going to happen. Nebula knew what was going to happen because one of them was going to die. She actually explained that because her sister died before Thanos came back, and none of them got that. It was like an outer space. You know what? Paul Rudd, who plays the Ant-Man, played a good portion of that. When they started explaining that, he goes, "Not me." When Nebula said that they had to kill her sister, he said, "Nope, not me." You gotta catch those things, Frank.
Not me? I don't know. What are you saying?
He was sitting on the couch and they were talking about it, and then after she got done, it was like, you have to sacrifice blah blah blah, and at the end of it he goes, "Not me," and they all just look at him and then they go about their business.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
Gotta pay attention.
Dude, War Machine is paralyzed.
He isn't paralyzed.
He is paralyzed.
Nope.
He's got to wear the War Machine all the time or he can't walk.
No, he has the legs that Tony Stark made him.
He can't walk.
He can walk.
What happened in the one scene where he was crawling around? He had to take the War Machine off. He couldn't walk.
He had to initiate Canopy to take the War Machine off because he was damaged too much. He can still walk.
He couldn't walk. He can't walk. He's paralyzed.
Did you watch the last fucking movie?
He can't walk. Yeah, with the help of the War Machine.
No, he wasn't in the War Machine.
No,
he wasn't.
No? Well, then he has some special gadget to help him walk.
That's what I'm saying. He has the legs. And he explicitly said, "Thank you, Tony," when he was able to walk because he has the ability to do it. He doesn't have to be in the War Machine.
Because he's a robot person. do you remember the part where he was with Nebula and she did the thing and she's like, "This isn't who I used to be," and then he's like, "Yeah, I know, but we have to be who we are." Right. It's because he's talking about that he can't walk without the help of machinery.
You're right, but he doesn't have to wear the suit to walk.
It's part of him all the time.
It's that part of the machine.
Even if you don't see him, there's part of the machine that's on him. And when he exited the suit, he left it behind. Why do you think he was crawling around like that? Did you notice how he was crawling around?
I noticed how he was crawling around.
Because he cannot walk without the assistance of some sort of machine.
I want to point out, in the same instance that we were talking about this machine, that his machine that he was wearing, his exosuit, was damaged and he left it behind. When he came back out with the Ant-Man, somehow he got that machine back.
Oh, did he? Oh,
he was flying around killing people.
That's a good point. How did he get it back?
Exactly. And I also
okay, that's weird. That's weird. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Thor's hammer.
He stole the hammer and fucked up the timeline.
Yeah, he stole the hammer from a different time. How can you do that?
He fucked up
you
the
can't
timeline.
just do that.
You can't do that. That was repercussion, I guess. And still...
No, but I guess in the end, Captain America, he had the hammer with him.
Yeah, he did. He might have taken it back.
He had to have been returning it.
That is a very
I guess that
good
works
point.
out.
That is a good point.
But yeah, he just stole his own hammer from a different timeline.
He was like, I'm taking this. Goodbye.
But also, Stormbreaker was made by Groot.
Oh, geez, we're getting on this
Groot disappeared, so therefore the handle of that hammer should have disappeared.
See, I like this topic because of the fact that if you're thinking about the same situation of Groot disappearing and then the handle should disappear, the clothes of people that are wearing those clothes should not have disappeared because they were not part of that person.
But they did disappear.
They did. In the same situation, can't you see the reverse psychology on that part?
I mean,
Those clothes should not have disappeared,
I
right?
guess maybe you're right. The clothes should have stayed there. All the regular stuff that wasn't them should have stayed there. But I feel like the handle should have disappeared because it was part of Groot, and Groot was gone.
But it wasn't part of him. It was no longer part of him when it was.
So if I cut off your arm and put it somewhere in like a freezer, we'll say, and you survive, and then Thanos snaps his fingers and you disappear, is your arm still going to be in that freezer?
But we're still talking about an alternate universe of which Groot is a tree. A tree can have branches. A tree can lose that branch. A branch can fall to the ground
and he grows more stuff.
A branch can degrade, and a branch can be part of the soil. The soil is now part of the earth, and now should that section of the earth disappear?
I don't know. I just thought that was just a thing. Going on.
I'm just saying, he's a tree. He's a moving tree.
Okay, so basically, this movie was people were sad. They wanted to get back at Thanos. They did some time travel shit. Then they
Quantum leap.
Then they played Keep Away.
It was a very good keep away.
And then, like, there was a bunch of different finger snaps.
There was only two.
There was three.
Two.
Three?
Well, you're right. There was three because of the Hulk snapping to bring everybody back. But there's only two that made a difference. Two made a difference.
Snapping to bring everyone back didn't make a difference?
No. Snapping to bring everybody back.
Yes.
Thanos snapping did nothing, so it wasn't an actual snap.
But it still counts because he definitely zoomed in on him snapping.
But it didn't do anything, so I don't see how that's relevant.
It's still a second snap. Doesn't matter if it happened, it was relevant, or did anything. He still snapped.
He snapped his fingers. I get it. That's what you're trying to say. There's three snaps of the fingers.
And then Tony Stark snapped, which we weren't very clear on what he was doing, but all the bad guys disappeared. So yay, go Tony.
That's you missed that part of it, because when Doctor Strange told Tony, should have told him, is if I tell you what's going to happen, it's not going to happen.
Right. No, I remember that part. And then there was a part where he looked at Doctor Strange and he put up like a one finger
because there's only one chance that it's going to end, and he had to do it. The only way they could win is if he did it.
Is that what that meant? Because
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to decipher what that meant. I had no idea.
The one figure, there's one out of 42 billion or whatever hell.
Timelines.
Yes. So he told him that before in the last movie, Infinity War.
Yeah, I remember.
And then everything else started happening, and now we're at the end game. And then toward the end of the movie, it started happening. And then Tony came up and asked him about that one scenario. And he asked him what was going to happen. And he said, I can't tell you. If I tell you, it's not going to happen.
You just said that.
I know. I'm trying to explain the whole fucking part of it for the viewers, not you, because you watched it, asshole.
Everyone that's listening should have watched it too.
Some people might not have. If Sam clicks on this thing, she'll be mad at you.
She's not going to.
How do you know? You can't see who's viewing it.
Oh, God, you're right. I can't see who's viewing it. This is painful. I should have brought someone else in.
That was funny. Anyway.
The Hulk never fought Thanos.
You are right. That did not
I
happen.
think he should have.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did not
Not in
fight
any
him
of the
at all.
scenes. He did not fight Thanos.
He didn't try to get him back.
Well,
What the fuck did Loki do?
Loki just disappeared,
He got what's
and that's
he got a stone and then disappeared.
he
Doesn't
took
that fuck
Tesseract.
doesn't that fuck with that timeline?
No, because they had another Tesseract to bring back to that timeline.
I kind of liked their time travel thingy. It wasn't too much. They did it. It was like brief enough, but kind of interesting enough that it worked. And then they go back and then do the thing.
My thoughts on bringing it back to that part of Loki. My thoughts on Loki is
I thought Loki might have showed up. He didn't though.
He's gonna have a standalone movie.
You think he's gonna have a standalone movie?
Because he just disappeared. He's gone. He has a
That's
tesseract.
that's what my question was. He just disappeared. What do you think happened to him?
He is now gone.
Disappeared
He probably went to
pop up back in his own movie.
Yeah, he's gonna come up in his own movie. Throw it out there. Y'all view it. It's gonna happen.
So overall, you like the movie?
I love that movie.
You love the movie.
Yeah, it wrapped a lot of things up, and they brought all the characters together. Something that you don't see all the time in a lot of movies when they do that.
I did feel things too, like when Black Widow died. Even though I'm like, of course she's gonna fucking die. I still felt like I still felt like something. And then when at the big battle part where Doctor Strange started bringing everyone back, I really I felt so. I got warm. I got warm.
I was like, this shit's gonna happen.
I got warm to the point where I'm like, I think I'm starting to sweat right now because I feel so good. Like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Great part of the fucking movie.
Everyone's
it was awesome.
coming together in the battle.
It was awesome.
Amazing.
It just goes back to the same original one from Infinity Wars where everybody gathered together to fight Thanos, and then obviously they lost. But then they all come together again to the same fight scene, but they end up winning. They win the war because of sacrifice.
I like the part too where they immediately track down Thanos. And then they go to get him, and Thor chomps off his fucking head. Yes.
That was great. No,
and he's like, they're like, what did you do? And he's like, I aimed for the head. Right? Because last time he's like, I should aim for the head.
He told him to aim for the head, and he didn't. He went for the chest because he wanted to look him in the eye before he died. And then it just did not end well.
Right. No, that was cool. And then,
I want to bring that back to the same situation.
Okay.
When he hit him with that, and Thanos snapped his fingers and disappeared, why wasn't he still damaged? Did he say that everybody has to disappear and then I'm not damaged anymore?
I don't know.
He had an axe halfway through his fucking chest.
I don't know. I mean, he had the Infinity Stone, so obviously they could heal him or whatever. He was moving a lot of power in that gauntlet.
All he had to do was turn back. And that was another annoying thing, is because when Thor threw the axe at him and hit him, all he had to do was turn back time, and then Thor was over there. All he had to do was just step away and it's gone.
Right, because that's the same thing he did with Vision.
Yes.
They destroyed Vision.
Ripped this fucking stone out of his head.
Just like, no, bloop. Give me that.
All he had to do. But apparently he knew more than what he was letting on. All he had to do was snap his fingers.
So yeah, they killed him. Captain Marvel seemed kind of thrown in though.
Captain Marvel was thrown in.
She was very thrown in.
But you have to watch the Captain Marvel movie.
She didn't bring much to the storyline. Like, I guess she helped. She didn't. Her main help was she brought Tony Stark back, and then she destroyed that spaceship. But she seemed. She didn't really seem like a character. She seemed more like a god,
a supporting character,
like a godlike interference. Really,
well, that is the point of her
like
character.
A Deuces ex machina.
She is the
I really
one of the.
I'm gonna pause this and pee.
So Captain Marvel's role in what was going on. She is like the strongest of the Marvel universe. Because of the powers that she has, she acquired them.
I didn't watch Captain Marvel.
Well, maybe you should do that before you should have watched this movie. And
you said it was still in theaters when this one came out.
It was.
Whose fucking idea was that?
Somebody who is higher up who has a lot of money. I don't know.
Okay, so I was talking about the movies you should rewatch before seeing it. It was definitely Captain Marvel. To know whatever the fuck she was up to.
Okay, so you need to watch like all of them. You need to know all of them, but you can't just walk into this thing I'm gonna go walk in here with my boyfriend or girlfriend who is a fan and just know what's going on.
We got that part. And the other one, the Thor one, to know that they destroyed Asgard and he started a new Asgard.
Right, it's called Thor Ragnarok.
And the Ant-Man one, because he was trapped in the whatever realm.
Ant-Man and Wasp, because you don't know that until you watch the end credits when they were going to find a cure for the girl who could not stay physically possible, called the Ghost.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. You watched Ant-Man and Wasp, did you not?
I didn't make it all the way through.
You don't have to make it all the way through. You know the Ghost. She had the 3 eyeball things, and she was there. She was like fighting them.
Nope.
Not at all. Okay, Frank doesn't remember. Who might have been drunk.
It's probably.
Anyway, yes, you kind of have to watch some of that to get what was going on. What the premise of what they're fighting for.
Dude,
you have to watch Infinity Wars.
The end part came down to them trying to use a van to go back in time again. When they played the keep away.
And that got fucked up.
Did they destroy the van?
Yeah. Thanos threw his like sword thing at the van. I don't even know how he found that sword thing because Captain Marvel destroyed half of it and it went flying off somewhere. While she was kicking his ass, somehow he found it to throw at the van.
I'm disappointed with the Hulk, dude. He should have done more.
He wasn't actually the Hulk. He was
like
Banner Hulk.
Half Banner, half Hulk.
He was like half himself.
I wish he would have Hulked out more. I really wanted to see the Hulk square up with Thanos.
No, that's why he wouldn't do it, because if
I wanted to see him go
twice.
Okay, I lost. Whatever.
He got his ass beat.
I got with myself, the Hawk Banner person, and then he goes back, and then he lets the Hawk take back over completely, and then.
But the Hulk lost to Thanos.
That is
like a straight up fist fight. He lost. He got his ass beat against Thanos.
I wanted him to get just get back at him. A couple good hits would have been great.
Well, see, the Hulk in the same situation when you watch the movie, his right arm was destroyed because he snapped his fingers.
Because he did do that. He was weaker. I guess you're right, but I still wanted to see that.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to too. I wanted to see him like fight him a little bit, but in the main scenes he
didn't beat him. I just wanted to see him square up with him.
Right, like hit him a couple of times, but no, he wasn't even in any of those scenes, not at all. It was the 3 major characters, I guess, that fought against him.
And Scarlett Johansson didn't come back. And again, how would she help? She's got no powers. She just manipulates men.
Really? So in the same situation, Hawkeye, he's a human, but you know how much he helped?
He did carry that gauntlet out.
He carried it everywhere. He carried it for a long time until he was physically
until Spider-Man got it.
Right.
And then he did his whole keep away.
Yeah, then he got his ass beat. And then, yeah, that's when it came down to Captain Marvel and Thanos. That should have been more of an epic scene, I think. Between those both of those 2 people, I don't get how Thanos is so strong.
Right, because he did not have the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right, he had none of the stones.
And none of the stones.
And
yet
the Scarlet Witch.
He was squaring off against Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. They should have fucked him up.
They were fucking nowhere. They were getting their ass kicked so hard.
They should have fucked him up. Especially when both of them were wielding a goddamn hammer.
The hammer and Stormbreaker. Why?
That was the other thing. The hammer thing.
Mjolnir.
Yes, and Stormbreaker. Captain America had the hammer. And I knew he was going to wield the hammer.
They portray that in a lot.
Spoiler alert. I read it on Facebook. Someone posted it.
Oh, so someone spoiler alert.
I knew it.
And you read it.
I knew it was going to happen. But even though I knew it was going to happen, when I seen him with the hammer, I
was excited.
I felt chills.
He's like, he fucking picked it up.
Even though I knew it was coming, I still felt chills.
Right,
like,
exactly.
God damn, yes. He's totally worthy. Even Thor said it.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it.
I knew it. You were worthy.
And then there was the part where they were like, they switched hammers or something.
He's like, no, you get the smaller one.
Give me that one.
That was funny.
That was great. Anyway, go on. So I liked when they went back to the original Avengers timeline, and they were getting the stones.
That was awesome.
It was pretty cool. I like the kind of behind the scenes thing where they were watching them play out parts that we didn't actually see in the original one, but actually happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there was the Hulk. There was the elevator scene, and they were like, "You can't get on this elevator. It's max capacity, bro." And they made him go down the stairs, and he's like this.
So pissed.
Too many stairs.
Stairs, I hate stairs. But yet, all he had to do is jump over that.
He could have gone through the middle, right?
No, all he had to do. Well, okay, yes, he could have
Or
gone
he
through the
could have
middle.
jumped off the side
Off
of
the
the
building,
building.
and he was
It
downstairs.
would have been so quicker. We've watched him leap up buildings
Right.
so much. And
Doing
he
it
uses the stairs.
all the time.
But then he could have just jumped down the middle part,
Yeah,
right?
he looked down, like they panned the camera looking down the stairs, and he goes, "I hate so many stairs," and he just looked at him. He could just jump down the whole
And
fucking thing.
that was the same thing too, where Loki ended up disappearing with the Tesseract.
Loki gone. He, like I said, he's gonna be in his own standalone movie right there.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. Frank's getting tired. He's over here yawning.
I'm
right
not
now.
yawning, whatever.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
What do you want to throw in there? What kind of spoilers do you want to throw in there? We've actually
We
talked about
already
everything.
know. We're talking about the entire fucking movie.
What else can we talk about? Oh shit! Tony goes back and visits his father.
Oh, he does do that. How fucking sappy or sad or whatever the fuck.
He goes back and sees that, and the reason why they have to is because they no longer have any of the juice to go back in time to make things.
No, but he
happen.
had to go to Hank Pym's office to
Yeah.
grab the things. That was the whole plan.
Right. It was Hank Pym's office and the Tesseract in the same building.
But they weren't even really guarding it that bad. He easily got that.
Well, yeah, because they didn't think it was going to be that much of a problem. It was in a secure location, part of the early shield.
Okay, so the very end part when Captain America decides to go back,
Yeah.
right? And then he doesn't come back,
Yeah.
but then he's an old fucking man.
So, yeah, that it is kind of sad in the same situation, but that what makes me think that during that timeline in which he is no longer part of the Avengers, there's still a full timeline in which he can be himself. He's still Captain Rogers. He's still Captain America. That
So like the
lifetime,
whole lifetime he's spending, he doesn't superhero anymore.
he has to. There's no way he
There's
does
no way
not.
he can just hang it up, right?
Right. There's no fucking
It's
way.
a calling. It's more to it than that.
You see some guy in the street, you're going over there, they're shooting people up, you're stepping in, he's taking things out.
He's
killing-
Captain
he's kicking
America.
people's
He's
asses.
Captain American. He's Captain American shit. He's still
Right.
got a shield.
He didn't have the shield. That was disturbing to me at the end when he handed that shield.
Because
it was
Thanos
destroyed.
broke that shit.
That thing was destroyed.
Come on, he's got a couple shields laying around.
He
Captain
went,
America.
he went back in time and stole that thing.
Okay, Tony Hawk. Oh, no. Yeah, probably. He probably picked up a shield in the timeline somewhere.
He stole that?
He returns the Infinity Stones. He returns the hammer. He grabs another shield. And then he goes and lives with the love of his life.
That's the only way.
You know, there was a brief second where it was showing him in the very, very end with the love of his life dancing in that room.
Yeah.
Well, part of my brain
It's their
was like,
first dance.
was like, wait, is that Black Widow? What's happening? here?
What?
Am
No.
I fucking, am I
Maggie
fucking-
Carter.
Am I stupid? What is this?
No, you were stupid.
I almost thought it could have probably been. I'm like, no, it's not it. Is it?
It was
No,
Maggie
no.
Carter.
No,
How do you even make that distinction?
No,
There's
there was
no
part of
way.
my brain that was thinking that. Like,
Why?
wait, did he go back and get Black Widow? Is something else going to happen here? What's happening?
No.
No, it doesn't. Black Widow is dead. For reals.
She was dead, and so was
Gamora?
Gamora
Yeah,
was
she wasn't
fucking
good
killed,
for
but
that.
she came back in time, and that was now.
It's a different timeline, though.
Yeah. Well, she came back in time with Thanos, for the obvious fight that they had, and now she's alive again. But they still fucked up the timeline anyway. They explained the whole timeline. You just have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Also, so after the whole movie was over, and I was like, fucking finally, I don't think it needed to be 3 hours. Just like that last part, just like wrap it up. What the fuck?
Yeah, the last part with the death part, it was kind of long. Yeah.
Then fuck, I forgot what my point was.
Long part of sitting. I don't know.
Was, oh, there was no end credits. There was no end credits. Okay, I guess according to the people in the theater that were talking,
No, there was no end credits.
they were like, "There's no end credits." There's not. There's none.
They can't have any
because they're not going to make any more.
They're not going to make any more part of the Avengers. They're part of every.
So
end
that's
credit.
over. If they're going to make the Avengers, they got to start it over again.
No.
Who's going to play Iron Man?
See, they can't make the Avengers
dead.
anymore because the Avengers is now over. The whole sequence of every Marvel movie was to build up towards the Avengers, towards the ending.
The other thing was Pepper Potts was there wearing an Iron Man suit too.
She was.
She has her own Iron Man suit?
Did you not watch Iron Man 3?
Fuck, I don't remember. I don't think it was that memorable. I thought he destroyed all his suits in that one. Or was that number 2? Which one? Do you remember? And one of them, he started just destroying all his suits. They just exploded like it was fucking fireworks.
Wasn't explode. Okay, so in Iron Man 3, that's where he designed the suit to come to him when he called for it. So he designed the same suit to Pepper Potts to come to her when he wanted her to have it. When she was in danger, all he had to do was push a button, and all of a sudden she's in an Iron Man suit. And he did the same thing for that. But if you watch the movie, it is now what we were just talking about, called the Endgame. He built her a helmet. He built her a whole suit in his garage.
And he had a daughter.
He had a daughter.
Obviously, he was going to help him out no matter what, even though he didn't.
No, she was pregnant.
Really want to.
Oh, they didn't show those scenes in there.
What scenes?
Oh, God, I can't talk about it. Anyway, they had deleted scenes of what they were going to play. I researched so much before I even watched this movie. I'm sorry. They had deleted scenes where Tony and Pepper Potts were walking in the park, and he was telling her all this mushy bullshit and all that stuff. And she
thought that was in the other Avengers. They were definitely walking somewhere.
In the park?
In the
what?
Infinity War. They were walking and talking.
That could have been.
And she's like, "This is you now." And she touched his chest where the thingy was.
I don't remember that part. Anyway, in the same situation, they were talking about having a child, and she was avoiding the conversation.
Oh, what? Did that happen? Did she know she was pregnant?
She knew she was pregnant. Didn't want to tell him because he had to go fight people.
He had to save the world and stuff, or at least try.
Try at the very least.
That whole him getting rescued right away by Captain Marvel was kind of lame.
That was kind of lame. How did she know that they were there?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Does watching the Captain Marvel movie help with that at all?
Well, in a small portion of the same situation, because she is going from planet to planet to help people. But the Krills.
Right, the Krills. They can take different shapes and forms and stuff. I remember I read a comic before with the Krill Wars. And...
Right. And that was the whole situation of what Captain Marvel is about. But you also have who her captors were. What the fuck were their names?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
You never watched any of the S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes either.
The TV show?
Yes.
Did that have to do with anything?
Yes.
No, it didn't.
It did.
I don't think so.
You had.
No, probably not.
It did. You want to know why?
Okay.
Have you watched any of them?
No, I haven't watched any of them.
Okay. Okay, well then I won't ruin it for you. You're gonna watch the whole fucking thing and just understand.
I feel like there was another part I wanted to mention. In the original Avengers timeline, Captain America was trying to take the briefcase. What was that spiky thingy that they had? He was in the elevator and he says "Hail Hydra," and then they give it to him.
Yeah, they had the Mind Stone in it.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta take it, and then he says "Hail Hydra," and then he goes.
Yeah, because that was when Hydra took it. They took the scepter, then brought it back and made the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Didn't make them.
No, they did. Did you not watch Age of Ultron? Come on, Frank. No, that's how they made them. They had the scepter, and
I got no strings on me.
They took the technology they had in the scepter and made Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
They made them from
Yes.
that? I don't remember that part.
Maybe you should watch the fucking movies again.
I did watch the movies.
Again.
Okay.
So you remember. No, that's how they made them.
Overall, what's our conclusion? Do we have a conclusion?
No, the conclusion is a great movie. Go watch it. If you haven't watched it, you're an idiot, and you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
They're probably not, Jake.
Whatever, Frank. I don't care if they are or they're not. You know what we did? Spoil everything. Fuck them.
That's not the point of that. I told you.
Oh.
We're just talking about the movie. It's going to be very clearly labeled.
It better be clearly labeled.
Paranoid that I just want to spoil stuff. Yeah. I guess that's it.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
It's a great movie.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
They wrapped everything up the way they should have.
Seems pretty generous, especially when Tony Stark died.
Yes.
When Tony Stark died, I didn't really feel anything. I just thought, I guess he's dead.
Well, then you didn't actually feel for the Marvel Universe. In the same situation, why they played that? Because Tony Stark was the original start of what happened throughout the whole Marvel Universe. He was the first one. But then, as you watch them, he wasn't the first one. That's what makes it so interesting. He wasn't the first Avenger. The first Avenger was Captain Marvel.
No, that doesn't chronologically fit in my brain.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't because you haven't watched Captain Marvel.
Okay. Overall, though, I like the movie. I would like to watch it again. I'm not going to go to the theater, but as soon as it comes on DVD, I'm definitely going to watch it again because it was pretty good. I like the whole the timeline thing. It was fun. They didn't overdo it. Thor was fat. I don't think we mentioned that.
We never mentioned the fat Thor. That was great. We should have mentioned that. Why? Why did we mention that? And you know what?
I'm mentioning it now.
Why are they brought the scene of Thor being fat. They were playing Fortnite in the goddamn fucking movie.
They were playing Fortnite. God damn it.
It was annoying.
God
Why?
damn Fortnite was in the movie.
That was bullshit. I didn't like that part, but it was still funny that he was fat. He's fat throughout the whole movie, by the way.
They probably know that.
Yes. They might.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for discussing this.
Thanks for listening,
And
ladies.
I guess we're done.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Great talking to you.
And non-binary folk.
Good night.
Peace the fuck out.
Good morning.